Oh, am I in the frame? Oh dear.
You're right in the middle.
Oh no.
No, it's funny. Hey, there's the favorite mama behind us.
And
Right.
Doyle's here too.
I guess.
Here's Doyle.
You ready for the fun?
Sure.
All right. Well, hello and welcome back to my channel.
It seems like you should raise it a little bit more.
You should just crouch down. It's not my fault that you're so tall.
It's bright. Can we close that?
No, we need the light. So we're gonna be doing a Q&A. I did a call for questions a little while ago and y'all had some questions for the bro. Okay, we'll do that then. But anyway, do you want to just like talk about where you've been, what you've been doing and things like that?
I went to the Middle East with the Minnesota National Guard for about 9 months. Came back maybe, what, month and a half ago?
Yeah.
Maybe 2 months ago?
About that.
July.
Yeah.
July.
And yeah, it was good. Got to do a bunch of cool stuff. Got to see a bunch of cool stuff. Did my part for the country along with about 650 other people from the Minnesota National Guard. We kicked ass, came back.
Did you take names though?
We did not take many names.
What?
No, we just kind of just let
Aw.
it be. Yep. So yeah, we all came back pretty much together at the early part of summer. So a lot of us got to enjoy time with friends and family. A bunch of the guys are like just now going back to work. And I'm going back to work in like third week in September back down in Iowa. So right now just enjoying life, living it up with friends and family.
Mm-hmm. And not working. Kind of nice.
And not working. And
Kinda
still
nice.
getting paid to not work. It's fantastic.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Well, let's start with the Facebook questions. Basically, everybody wrote, tell Phil, thank you for your service. So there's a lot of people that didn't actually have questions. They just wrote that.
Okay.
So we'll get to
Thank
the
you. I
questions.
appreciate it.
We'll get to the questions, and don't mind the favorite mama back there. She's just
I'm just hanging out.
she's just hanging out.
That's the only other chair in this place right now. So
And Doyle hung out for a minute, and now he's
in the hallway.
Now he's in the hallway.
Yeah.
He'll come join again, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
he
know.
will.
Who
I'm
knows?
wearing these sunglasses the whole time. They
Well-
just look cool. And it's bright. I got
It's
LASIK.
not that bright.
I got LASIK like 10 years ago.
Years and years ago.
Sun is very bright in my eyes, so yeah.
Right. Okay. So, first question is from April, and she says, will you or would you go back for another deployment?
Well, I probably will. I've been in the military for 15 years. Normally you can retire after 20. More than likely I'll end up doing more than that. Like 25, 30 years. As long as I can like still be, you know, physically fit and I can actually like run and work out and stuff. National Guard normally deploys. They have like a deployment cycle where they may or may not deploy every like 4 or 5 years. So maybe in 5 years from now we're going back somewhere. Seems like the Middle East has been an ongoing thing for a while. So maybe we'll go back there. Maybe I'll go to South America or Africa or who
Never
knows
know.
where. Do I want to go back to the Middle East again? No. I've been there 3 times now.
Are you done now?
And I think we've all done our part, and it's kind of up to them. Like, take over,
Do you think?
rule your own areas.
She also asked, what are your favorite and least favorite parts of your deployment this time?
Favorite part, I think, was my previous deployments were active duty, where like we were in a legit combat zone where you don't really have much freedom. Here we had a lot of freedom. They treated us like adults and trusted us to do the right thing as long as we were communicating all the time, like where are we going, who are we with, what are we doing, when do we expect to be back, all that stuff. You just, as long as you communicate and don't break trust, you know, you get to have a little bit of freedom. I didn't imagine that we would even be able to have cell phones this deployment, because before that was like a huge no-no. And now it's like cell phones are everywhere. Pretty much every single person has a cell phone. Every once in a while people will opt to not have an international cell phone plan just to save some money, but for the most part, everybody's using one.
Nice.
Least
Mm-hmm.
favorite.
Most favorite and least favorite thing about your deployment.
Okay.
Or part of your deployment.
Least favorite. I guess just being away from family and just being away from America. Like, you kind of get used to it after a while being away, but just coming back, it's like, wow, green grass, blue sky. Like,
Not sand.
That doesn't
like
exist
brown.
in the Middle East. I don't know if y'all have been there, but it's just, everything is just like tan and gray and dusty, and yeah, it's just kind of blah. So,
Nice.
yeah, I'd say that's probably the worst.
Let's see. Josephine asks, most missed thing during deployment, and then they also say the favorite family doesn't count. So, besides the green grass.
Most missed. Oof.
Yeah.
Being able to like sleep in on the weekends and like maybe have, like, though I did have freedom there, like just have the freedom to like do what I want. You know, I can like drink a beer if I want to, or
yeah, because it's a dry country.
Yeah,
right?
some of the
Yeah.
a lot of places in the Middle East, they don't allow alcohol, and also you're on a combat deployment or military deployment where you're not allowed to drink anyway. So yeah, it was definitely nice to get back and have a cold beer. And oh yeah, I guess I could say seeing friends and family too. That's kind of the default answer, but I do like a cold beer from time to time.
There's some in my fridge still. You gotta finish those up.
Right.
I have a person named Philip that asks, what fun stuff has he been doing since he returned home? You literally asked that.
I put that question
Yeah,
in
I
there.
know. You did. What fun
You
stuff?
should give that a like too.
Oh,
Bloop,
okay.
boop.
I just liked it apparently.
What fun stuff. Wow, I wrote that a while
Why are
ago.
you looking at your own question?
Because I was looking at the GIF.
Oh, that someone.
Yeah, Gail put a GIF under it of some girl going, "What?"
What's a GIF?
It's
like a little.
motion picture.
Oh,
thing.
Yeah.
there we go. Oh.
What fun stuff have I done? Wow.
Yeah.
Good question.
Good question, Philip.
I went to a couple Twins games, took Jackson to his first Twins game, went to one with my friends, went to the state fair, did a couple bonfires with friends, just kind of making the rounds, seeing family, hanging out, spending a lot of time with Jackson, which is great because...
You might want to say who Jackson is.
Oh, Jackson is my boy. Yeah, he's 4.5 and lives up in Minnesota with his mama. And so I work down in Iowa, so I don't get to see him every day.
We're currently in Minnesota, though, not to be confused.
Yeah, and don't let her Texas shirt
I know.
confuse you,
It's-
or a shark shirt with Japanese language,
We're very,
Or my Grand Canyon, too.
or it's got
Yeah.
a Grand
Grand
Canyon
Canyon.
and a manatee Florida hat.
Woohoo!
And this,
and a Japanese dog.
And by the way, the hurricane is heading to Florida.
yeah, it is.
So she's gonna stay here for a little bit.
Yeah.
By the time that you post this, the hurricane
It'll be,
will probably...
it'll be next week. It'll be like
Yeah.
at the end of next week. So,
So,
cool.
what was the question now?
That was your own, you were answering your own question.
Yeah, I went to a bunch of different places. Yep, sure did. Saw cool stuff. I'm going to a concert in Chicago. Like
Which
a
concert?
3-day. It's called Riot Fest. It's like
Are
a
you
punk
gonna
rock.
cause a riot?
I'm gonna try to be on my best behavior.
Good plan.
So that's like my last kind of fun thing I get to do before I move back to Iowa and get back to work.
Next question. Now I'm on Instagram, so I'm not sure if everybody's real first names, but it says, what are some of your pet peeves that Emily has that bothers you?
Ooh.
Probably a lot.
Pet peeves.
Yep.
She likes things to be very organized.
He just
And-
moved. You can tell him what you just did downstairs
and
that
she
I'm gonna
does
do.
Not
is-
like, I don't know if it's constructive criticism, but
I like the
like,
things
hey,
that I like, and I don't like the things I don't like.
yeah, like you could do so. She's got in her kitchen. She has this garbage can that has one of those things that you step on, and the lid flaps up. And it's been there since she moved in here.
Yeah.
Every time I step on it, the lid whacks up, and
Well-
she puts her cell phone charger right there, and it whacks it every single time.
It's fine.
And I'm like, hey, you could just slide this over.
No.
and put the dog food thing right there.
No.
And then when I step on it, it can go up and it doesn't hit anything.
But you don't have to be so aggressive with your feet.
Up.
Like, I don't have that
But then you just have to lightly step on it. Like, I just tap it. We should show a video of...
No. I don't want to be a part of that. Not getting a new garbage can.
We should show a video
No.
of what I'm talking about and have people vote. What should go there? The dog food?
Oh.
No,
the trash can?
it doesn't make any sense. I'm changing it as soon as he leaves.
Anyway.
All right. So now, well, you're going to spit your drink out, probably. Are you ready? Does he want more kids?
Do I want more kids? Eventually, not right now, though, if that makes sense.
I mean, you got to find a victim first.
Still looking. They run pretty fast.
So ladies, if you're looking and you live in Iowa, let me know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, next question. I want to know the best memory growing up with Emily.
The best memory? Ooh. I like the family trips we went on. Like, we went to the Badlands and Mexico. Those were fun. I don't know. I remember just teasing her all the time, and it was so fun.
I also kicked your ass
Just
a lot.
getting her so mad over like the most ridiculous things. Like she would like, we had one little TV in the living room, and she'd like sit in the chair, and I would just like crawl on the carpet and like mess with her hair, or grab her foot or something like that.
I don't even remember that stuff.
And she would ignore it, and ignore it, and ignore it,
and then I'd punch you
and ignore it, and then eventually she would just be like, "Rah!"
Yep. Sounds about right.
And then I would run and try to hide, but she's like 3 years older, so yeah, I probably...
You got a few beat downs.
Happens.
Right, Mom?
Yeah, that happens.
It gets pretty boring in Minnesota in the winter. There's
you gotta entertain yourself by beating up your sibling.
You can't really go outside, so you just gotta fight each other indoors.
Yeah, there were times that I threw you outside.
Yeah, there were. All right, so we have the last question, because everyone else is just like, thank you for your service. When do you see yourself retiring from the military?
Let's see, it's almost 2020, so if all goes according to plan, 15 years,
Wow.
so 2035.
Wow.
That's like if I stay in and like want to stay in.
Yeah.
I think eventually a lot of people get to that point where they're like, you know what, being in the National Guard is cool and all, but you get to the point where you can kind of choose if you want to stay in or not.
Is that at the 20-year mark? So like in 5 years?
Yeah, 20, a couple years after that, you can kind of pick and choose if you want to stay in. Sometimes you get told that you have to get out.
Right. For like medical reasons or other like
or just, hey, get out of the way because we have other people that want to move up and whatever. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to stay in for maybe 25 years or so. So another 10 years maybe, I guess.
Cool.
I mean, whatever.
Might as well retire from there too.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, the easy part of the military is, or not the easy part, the hard part of the military is like when you're the young guy having to do all the hard work and stuff. And then after that, it's kind of like, okay, learn stuff, get smart, be able to teach people things and make sure that the young guys aren't messing things up and plan things and help supervise and all that. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm like in the middle of my military career, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those are all the questions.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to add, Sue?
No. Mom, you got a question back there?
Yeah. Mom, do you have any questions? You haven't submitted any yet.
Oh, no. Well, tell them what it was like when you got reacquainted with, well, not reacquainted, got together with Jackson again for the first time.
Yeah. I don't even know this. So she asked if, I don't know if the audio is going to pick it up properly, but what was it like reuniting with his son that he hadn't seen in what, 9 months?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10
Okay.
months.
So
10 months,
we went to after we leave the Middle East, we go to Texas for a couple weeks.
See, Texas.
Jackson knew he knew that I was like coming back soon because I was video chatting with them and stuff. And then I think the second day I was back, I drove there early in the morning.
Yeah, because
And,
you
like,
got back like really late at night. Like your
Yeah.
flight got in really late.
And then I got to Jackson's place super early in the morning, woke him up, and this was probably 7 in the morning or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was just like, he couldn't stop smiling for a couple hours, and he was just like so happy to see me. Like, he didn't even want to like do anything. He just like was
Just stare at
he
you.
was just looking at me and just smiling.
Like, you're actually
Yeah.
here and not in my phone.
And then he'd like walk up to me and like give me a hug and wouldn't even say anything, and then he'd like go back and play with his toys, and then he'd just keep looking at me. Just yeah, it was kind of creepy actually.
Your child's
But
creepy.
I was probably doing the same thing.
You're teaching him well.
I was probably looking at him just smiling also. And we're just like staring at each, having like a
Just two dorks
moment,
just staring like
staring at each other with little hearts in our eyes.
There, yeah, like you're like the little emojis in the
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, funny. Nice.
Yeah.
Doyle, do you have any questions
Oh,
back there?
Doyle's sniffing his butt right now.
Oh,
he's,
so-
well,
he's
alright.
moved on to other things already.
Well, speaking of that, wow! Oh, look, you got eyeballs. Oh,
it's
no,
so bright out.
Gosh, it's not that bad in here.
I'm telling you, my eyes are
It's really not that
so
bad.
sensitive.
You're such a sensitive man. All right, well, let's close out the video here. Yeah, I guess that's the only questions you had, but I will link up above in a card for you guys the, like, when you left, if that makes sense. There's a little vlog of that, and I asked him a bunch of questions about his uniform that he was wearing that day and all that stuff. So I will link that up above, and I will link it down below for you guys. So, anywho.
Can I give a shout out real quick?
That'll be $1. No. Yeah, of course.
Oh, shout out to Kristen and Katie Dinosaur for the care packages that they sent.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
He got lots of good care packages.
Yep.
Too much stuff at the end.
Yeah, we got like heck of food and candy, so we kind of, I didn't eat all the stuff that they sent for sure. I just shared
You
it
shared the love.
amongst the guys, so
Nice.
thank you, appreciate it.
Very cool. All right, well, we're gonna go. If you have any other additional questions, post them down below, and I will let him know to possibly answer some of the questions. So I'll see you later. Bye.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school.